Happy birthday.
Thank you, Doc.
May you be blessed by Him who bless us all. Okay, so how are you? Are you ready for a quiz today? Because I have prepared a quiz for you guys. Don't worry, it's not something to. Can I see your faces? Magandang iba man dahil na niyo panmahong-pahong. Aga pa, smile lang, ay kabara ka. Okay? Smile lang, smile. Don't worry. Again, what was that? The Art of War by Sun Tzu. Do you still remember that? The Art of War by Sun Tzu? Okay. What was it about? What was it about?
Doc,
Huh?
about knowing yourself and knowing others.
Yes, he said, if you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear 100 battles, the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself but not the enemy, for every victory gained, you will also suffer a defeat. If you know neither the enemy or nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. Okay. What was your idea about it? What was it all about? Anyone?
Be mindful of yours.
It's about if you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself but not the enemy, for every victory gained, you will also suffer a defeat. And if you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. Uh,
It's about knowing your talent, skill, and what's in your mind.
yes. So, guys, you know the blueprint of MedLife. You know where to go and you know where you're heading for. I mean, I presume and I assume that you know where what is in your plate right now. So the next best thing is to know who you are, right? So that you'll be able to tackle what it is in your plate. Anyway, I promised that Joanne will introduce herself today. Tama ba, Jo? Ano ba ito na-promise?
Yes, po, Doc.
Ma-start kan... Yeah, here. Ma-start kan... Radam Ruales Rueda Saak sa Lurion Santos. Ruales ma-start, 101. Okay. Sige, start. Just do this fast so that we can go to our lecture today.
Good morning, Doc. Good morning, classmates.
Good morning. Good morning.
My name is Jennifer Ruales, 23 years old, from Tacloban City, a registered medical technologist, and a graduate of RTRMF year 2018. Both my parents are retired police. I'm in med school to help my family, especially my parents, in the future. And I expect med school to be hard, but it will all be worth it. Message to the class, good luck, future doctors. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Next, Rueda.
Morning, Doc.
Good morning.
Uh, Hello, everyone. I am Joanne Christy Leonido Rueda. I am 22 years old and from Palolete. I am a graduate of Bachelor of Medical Laboratory Science in RTRMF last 2019. Um, Both of my parents po works for the government. My mom at the Municipal Trial Court of Palo, while my dad worked as a policeman, but he's now retired. He is also a registered nurse po. Okay, next. There are no MDs po in the immediate family. Yeah. So, next. Why med? Siguro po it's the purpose to serve other people and be good at something po na I can help other people with. So, yun. Concerns, siguro po one of my concerns is regarding this online class. Kasi we all know naman po na it's very different from what we were used to and it's taking a toll not only to the students po but also to our professors' mental and physical health. So yun po.
Yeah.
Message to the class naman po is let's take care of ourselves, always pray, and let's work together as a team, just like how our cells are functioning in the body because I believe we can get through this if we help each other out po. Yun lang po. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jo. Kumusta ko hayarang at tanan?
Yes, Fun Doc.
Yeah. Sak? Jessa?
Hello, Doc.
Hi.
Morning.
Can you
I'm
turn
sorry,
on
Doc.
your video?
Madi-disconnect po ata, Doc. Hindi siya maano yung video. Hindi
No,
talaga
sayang.
maganda yung data.
I
Okay
was
lang, Doc,
hoping I
kahit
can
walang
see your
video.
face. Yeah,
So,
continue.
I'm just
If
sa po.
if you be disconnected, you can go through it again. Like you can come in again.
Hello, Doc.
Yes, Jessa.
Yes po. So I'm just sa po. I'm 23 years old. I'm a registered nurse and I graduated from RTRMF with a course of Bachelor of Science in Nursing. My parents are Euphemia Saak and Rodolfo Saak. Both of them are retirees. So we have no doctors in the family. And I'm in med school because it's really my dream to become a doctor. So my expectation in med is I think this journey will be uh, really challenging with high demands on time, with a lots of pressure, and also with the need to constantly juggle multiple responsibilities. And so my message to the class is, guys, let's just keep on moving forward to study very well, and we'll surely make it through. Thank you. Po.
Thank you. Thank you, Jessa. I hope to see you someday. Okay.
Yes, po.
Solorio, Jamaica.
Good morning, everyone. My
Hi, Jam.
name's
Good
Hello
morning.
po. My name's Jamaica Di Salorio, 23 years of age, from Katarman, Northern Samar, graduate of BS in Medical Technology at Southwestern University, FINMA, in the year 2017. My parents are Tiburcio Salorio and Hilda Salorio. My father is a contractor and my mother is a businesswoman. I have a cousin who is a PGI in Rizal Medical Center. She is a graduate of San Beda University. The reason why I am in med school is because it has always been my passion and dream of becoming a doctor, and I believe that in life we don't stop growing. We are constantly learning. I know that we've been with each other for a while now, but I am still looking forward to get to know more of you in person. We are forced to be getting used to this kind of learning platform, and I'm glad that we are helping each other out to make things lighter since we are already given loads and loads of topics to study. So yun lang po. Laban lang tayo, guys.
Nice. Thank you. Santos, Noel.
Good mor Good morning po, Doc.
Hi,
Good
Noel. Good
morning,
morning.
classmates. I am Noel Dastura Santos, 35 years old, a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Nursing at the University of Eastern Philippines in 2009. My parents are Maria Lluvilla Dastura Santos, a college professor in a state university in our province, and Manuel Agut Dastura Santos, a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Nursing at the University of Eastern Philippines. Santos, a self-employed. My younger sister, who is an OB resident physician at EVRMC, two cousins, and one uncle. I pursue medical education because I want to fulfill my long overdue dream of becoming a physician. I actually already thought of just letting go of this dream because when the time when my family can already send me to medical school because all my siblings are already finished college, have already finished college, I already feel too old to pursue it. Indeed, first love never dies. And my experience working in the community as community health nurse inspired me to pursue this long overdue dream because I want to be able to do more, help more the people in our community. My expectations in my med school journey is that I know that this will be a challenging one, but I know that this is part of it, and it will mold us holistically to become the best physician that we can be in the future. My message to the class is let's just remain steadfast to our goal in life. We will all get there.
Thank you, Noel. Thank you. So, how are you related to the one doing something about COVID, the good scientist,
And he is my uncle po, do.
your uncle there? Actually, his uncle is Dr. Destura, who is I don't know, the inventor. Can we say inventor? He was the one who made the tests for COVID in the Philippines, in the UP, PGH side, right? I guess one of
Yes, po.
my nephews or nephew, nephew and niece is working under him. And that's what they told me. Like they're doing things, innovate things, and somehow come up with a vaccine someday. I do hope. One time, that niece of mine came to my clinic and showed me the test kit for dengue, which was also made by Dr. Distura. Okay.
Yes, do.
He's doing good. He's doing good. I admire that. I admire that guy. Okay. So you have that
Thank you
blood
po,
in you,
do.
Noel. Be good. Be well. No pressures. Just telling you. All right. So anyway, guys, let me share something to you today. Are there questions? Good morning. We've greeted already those who have their birthday again. November 2, Paul Pedere. November 3, Sydney Cañete. November 5 is Shade Florencio. And November 7, Julian Kane. Kain. Sorry. Napaka-Inglesero kasi. So, Kain. Um, Share screen. For a while. Share current slide, and then can you see it, guys?
Yes po, Doc.
Yes,
Yes,
Doc.
Doc.
Are we okay? Okay. So today, um, before we tackled what did we tackle before? It was about the mind, right? So you have made your diagram and everything and all. Please write down in your journals what you think of anything. Okay, guys. Here's what one thing I would like you to do. Um, just um, just take it easy, okay? This is just a 1 hour um, subject, and I consider it minor. Actually, I consider it minor. It's not par with whatever you have anatomy, histo, and whatnot, biochem. But one thing I'll be sure of is this: if somebody told me this before when I was your age or when I was you, it would have made a big difference in me. Okay, it would have made a big difference in me. So what I'm trying to say is, we learn. Let's learn as much as we can. Let's try to do things. If I say take down notes, answer questions, do it heartily. Okay, this is for your journey, not mine. As I introduced myself with you, that was my story 27 years ago, and it's just part of my life story. Your life story starts in med now that you're in first year, right? So you make your own life story, but you make good of your life story when you do something about it. Okay? So what I would like you to grasp today is knowing yourself. So easy to say that I know myself. In fact, we introduce each other every time. There's a chance for us to introduce each other. I am so and so. I graduated from this and that. But I would like you to know more about yourself, about who are you really, how God made us to be us. Okay, so let me tell you a story. When I was doing one round, rounds, one day, one time, I was with my clerks and interns. Actually, we were doing patients rounds, and I was asking questions. Because asking questions somehow get you to the bottom of things. When you ask questions, when answers comes in, you get to have a better picture what it is. So you ask, what's the date of the patient? How's the patient? Your history, please. And they do that. And I'll be honest with you guys, this will be your life. History and physical exam of patients will be your life until even if you become consultants already, you will still do history at PE. And how you come up with diagnosis is based on how good you are in history taking and how good you are in your physical examination. So I guess it takes a lot of toil and it takes a lot of burden to the students actually because they were, and I will be honest with you, history MP is a lot of work when you do it properly. Okay. So maybe he was so tired at that time, or she was so tired at that time. I don't want to name names. So he or she, I don't want to say it, by the way. And then again, the clerk actually was, I guess he or she was not able to sleep for quite a while because she was on duty, or let's just call it he for now. He was on duty. So when we did the rounds, there was the intern with me and the clerk with me. And while we were having the chill rounds, he just asked me and he just brought it out like, Doc, why do we have to ask questions a lot? I mean, we are doctors, right? That's why we studied medicine. We studied diseases, so we can assess patients even if we don't really ask a lot of questions. And I said, yeah, you can. I said, why not just go to diagnostics? We have diagnostics already. We have labs, we have x-rays, we have um, ultrasound, we have this and that can help us come up with a diagnosis. And I said, yeah, that's true. And so why come up every endorsement? Actually, when you do endorsement every day, when you become interns, when you become clerks, when you become doctors, when residents, when you do endorsement, it is always about history and PE, like the history, present illness, the past medical history, the associated symptoms and all, the review of systems, the physical exams and everything. And I guess he was so fed up with it, doing it every day. And that's why he asked me that. And I said, yes, I agree with you. We can do that. But there's no shortcuts in being a doctor. And by the way, when you ask questions, you get answers. That's what you do. So if you want to come up with the best diagnosis and the final diagnosis that you can come up with, not shortchanging your patient, the best thing to do is ask questions without doing anything else first. You can submit a patient to laboratories, to x-rays, all these things, and something might be painful, but asking questions will not harm your patient, but you will get your answer. And then I said to him, you know what? There is one case out there at the emergency room right now. Let's do get there, try to see the patient, and you don't have to ask questions, and let's come up with something that you're telling me about. So we did, went to that, and the intern was laughing actually at behind because interns know how it is. I mean, sad to say the clerk was at the first salvo at that time, so it was understandable, but I have to make my point. Okay, so we went to the ER. Without asking questions, I said, now, what will you do to the patient? He said, okay, I'll do this request, CBC and everything and all laboratory exams, and said, yes. What will you do now? I will wait for the results. Okay, what will you do now? Oh, well, if I get the results, then I'll base my management with the results. I said, what will you do now? Oh, I can talk to my patient and ask him what happened. And I said, yes, that is history still. Okay. So when you want to do something, and I said to that doctor, and he's a good doctor now. Actually, he's done with his residency and his consultant already. So nice to think of it. And I said to him, you know what? You don't make shortcuts. You do what it has to do, what you have to do to reach some point in life. Okay? And you ask questions along the way because asking questions gives you the answer. And if you think the answer is not satisfactory, you only ask questions more. So again, guys, have you asked your question about why you are there now? Why you are in med school? Why you are in first year? Why take biochem? Why take histo? In fact, why take PIM? Have you asked that question? Or have you asked your question of who you are? Or I may ask a question now with you. Okay. Anyway, you have journals with you, right? You have your journals with you. And your pen. Can I see it? Journal and pen. Ano ton sayaw nga nasugad, Paul? Birthday boy?
Pineapple, apple
Pen,
pen.
pen. Okay. Sige, at least millennium. Anyway, guys, this is just a short quiz. Try numbering your journal 1 to 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If you're done, kindly make some reaction or whatever it is so that I would know. Smile would be okay. Are you done? 1 to 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You're done? Okay. Are you okay? Are we okay now? An, 5? Sorry. Ikaw lang nakita ko kasi diliwat. Oh, okay, okay, good, good, good. Hey guys, don't take it personally, huh? When I call you, it's just that when I see my gallery here, it's your name that comes out to me, so I call you up. So like Matthew Tan, you're okay now, right? You have your 1 to 12 there. Okay, good. Sige, the short quiz is: what is 1? 2, fill in the blanks, write it down. I'll just show this for a few seconds. to you guys. If you know the blank and no blank, you need not blank the result of a blank battles. Okay, let's move forward. Fill in the blanks again. If you blank yourself but not the enemy, for every blank gained, you will also suffer a blank. Dahil magkabaralyo ha. Pero sige lang, that would be good. Marisyoto na yan kung ikaw na magre-recite. Okay. Let's move forward. If you know blank, the blank, nor blank, you will blank in blank battle. Don't interchange your numbers, right? Just be cool with it, guys. Just be cool with it. And I need volunteers, at least 2 afterwards. No erasures, okay? No erasures. I'll check your journals one time, one day. So if you have erased something, please let me know so that I can note it. I'm sorry, that was a late instruction, but then again, it's okay. Just tell me so. Are we done? Are we done? Okay, let's go again. If you know the blank and no blank, you need not blank the result of a blank battles. If you blank yourself but not the enemy, for every blank you gained, you will also suffer a blank. And if you know blank, the blank nor blank, you will blank in blank battle. So anyone, volunteer, please.
Medyo.
Who is volunteering?
Peñaranda.
Where are you? Sige, Peñaranda. Fill in the blanks. Number 1,
If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles.
okay, continue.
If you know yourself but not the enemy, for every victory gained, you will also suffer a defeat.
Okay,
If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle.
okay, good. Another one, another volunteer. And that's that. You just have to read what you have written 1 to 12. Okay, and your eyes should be at the. Hey, anyone? Tan, I know you've been writing. Sige, read the monitor and fill in your answers.
If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 1,000 Anakon battles.
Outside, okay. Droda mo. Okay, that's good. Yeah,
If you know yourself,
why
but
did
not the enemy, for every victory gained, you will also suffer a defeat.
okay?
If you know neither the self nor the enemy, you will lose in every battle.
Okay, so you will lose and you have interchanged enemy and yourself. Okay, but then again, the idea is there. That's good. That's good. So kindly check, guys, if your answers are correct, and kindly write down your points or your score. It should not be interchanged. It should not be changed. Though your the meaning you got the meaning, but then again, Sancho will be not be happy about it if we you know edit what he made. So write down your points on the chat or your scores in the chat. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles if you know yourself, but not the enemy. For every victory gained, you will also suffer defeat. And if you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. So, so basic, actually, so basic. So let's start with where's the chat here? Participate, share, pause. Nothing. Anyway, I'll see it later na lang, ano. Where do I go for the chat? Sorry, help me out.
The lower side though.
It's all the screen kasi the monitor. I mean the power presentation, the PowerPoint presentation sa aking monitor, all of it. Okay, on the side. So here on the chat. Okay, yeah. I see it. 10 of 12, 12, 12, 12, 11, 12. I guess it's not because it was wrong. I mean, this 11, this 10, and all, but because they interchanged it, right? Anyway, so who said that statement?
Sancho.
Sanchu. And what book?
Art of War.
The Art of War by Sanchu. So please write down in your notes and in your journal what are your thoughts about it. Okay, but not now. Just write down. That's an assignment. Okay, let's move forward. Have you asked your questions? Like since birth and until now, you're 23 years old, 22 years old. Have you asked questions in life? Probably yes, right? You ask questions, why me? Why not? I mean, why me? Lord, kaya ano ako? But then again, the very basic question that we need to ask ourselves is, who are you? Or who am I? Right? Like, what am I doing here? What is my purpose? Who am I really? But before we can answer those questions of what we are or who we are, we should go into the aspects of what really are we made up of. Okay? So let me direct you to an ancient text that said, so God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him, male and female, he created them. And this is found in Genesis 1:27, which is the first book of the ancient text. Okay? When I talk about the Bible here, it's not about I'm being spiritual or I'm trying to be religious with you. I'm not. Okay? By all means, I'm the worst person you'll ever know. I'm the sinner of sinners. Okay? I'm just trying to share with you something that I know somehow, and that is because I don't know another one. So just bear with me. Okay? It has nothing to do with influencing you to be on my side. It's just so that we would know where we are and who we are. So God created man in his own image. So meaning you've been created in an image that is far beyond what you see your limitations are. There's no limitations with God. And if we are made in his image, then probably we have the potential, right? Our human body, us, is so good and so nice, the creator of which made it so, right? Have you ever asked how magnificently made you are? You're made of like what? How are you made? What you're made up of? Okay? You'll be looking into the data of that when you go to your history, when you go to your biochem, when you go to your anatomy. And this is your first year in med school. And this is what we learn in med school. Okay? That we are composed of organs. We are composed of systems. We are tissues. Okay? A whole bunch of tissues, fluids, and gas. Yes, gas included. All the elements in the, what do you call this one? The periodic table actually somehow resembles what we have or what we are. So just imagine that a small bunch of a body that we have actually has everything in it. Okay? And all organs are made up of cells. You'll learn that in history. We are made up of cells, organs are cells, and you are composed of about 50 to 100 trillion cells. So I lost count actually. I tried doing that. I was like, oh, like 12 zeros, or I guess it's like 16 or 14 zeros. So I don't know. But then again, trillions of cells. Okay. And they are functioning so well and they are in good condition. Okay. And thus cells actually are composed of molecules also. They are composed of molecules. So what are molecules? They are two or more atoms combined together. They can be divided, they can be separated, they can make another structure, okay? But they retain its composition and they retain its properties. Even if they're divided, even if they're doing something, they can still retain their chemical compositions and their properties or their physical properties. That's a molecule. And that molecule composed of two or more atoms that compose your cells. Are you with me, guys? Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Can
No.
you can
Yes,
you
Doc.
imagine? I mean, do you have now an inkling as to how the Creator was good to us, creating us that way? What is this, guys? Can you see it?
Is it an atom, Doc?
Are you asking me or you're answering?
An atom, no.
Answering.
An atom po, Doc.
It's an atom. Yeah. So what is an atom? An atom is the smallest unit of everything, not just the human body, but everything. Okay? And it's said that in the human body, for every cell that you have, it is composed of 100 trillion atoms. So just imagine 100 trillion of cells. Each cell has 100 trillion of atoms. Oh, well, that's a lot, right? That's a lot. It's the basic building block of the human body, or basic building block of everything is an atom. And it's composed of electrons. You have your protons, you have your neutrons. It gives off energy, it takes off energy, it attracts, it repels. Okay? So basically, atom is that one. And this? Anyone?
DNA, Doc.
DNA, Doc.
DNA. So where can we find DNA?
Nucleus.
Deoxyribonucleic acid, it is the genetic code of living creatures. Actually, it was said to be the instructional manual that God made. And science and religion, no, it's not religion, spirituality and science can now be together actually because they agree in one thing. DNA was made by someone much greater than us. It cannot evolve, it cannot be made from evolution. It was made by something, someone, and that is where we find our spiritual instrument of who we are because we develop from that DNA. We grow and reproduce. And even if we don't know it, unaware of it, subconsciously, the DNA grows and reproduces by itself. Okay? I know you'll be looking at this when you do your anatomy, and I wish by next year, hopefully, you'll be able to, see your cadavers so that you can have the hands-on experience of gross anatomy. To summarize what we just tackled, we are made up of organs, we're made up of cells, molecules, atoms, and DNA. But the magnificence of our creation is not just ends there. Do you know about the story of Simeon Kurlian? Simeon Kurlian in about 1950s come up with photography wherein he can photograph a person and the aura it emits or the energy it emits, showing colors. Okay? And if you do Kirlian photography on yourself, actually, you'll be emitting these structures. And actually, that is one of the basic component of MRIs, wherein you can see his structures from a different colors because it emits different energy. So just imagine 100 trillions of cells with 100 trillions of atoms emitting energy. And we will go through it in some other discussions when we talk about the law of energy because it all starts from there. Okay. So you emit energy, and actually, when lately someone or somebody just made this picture of a person emitting this in a Kirlian photography, right? You emit energy. And if we go back to what we were talking before, the mind, the conscious, the subconscious, the body, and all, we're talking about the body right now, but we're talking also of the energy that it has because we are connected subconsciously by way of vibration, by way of frequency, because we emit energy. We have that energy in us. Um, do you know, this is a trivia question or a trivia thing. Do you know that your body emits energy? I mean, can you imagine atomic bomb? The one that flattens Japan in one way or another. Atomic bomb is made up of atoms and it has that energy that can destroy, but it has also the energy that can be used in a positive way. Bob Proctor actually told me this. Energy is like electricity. You can get burned by it, you can cook your meal with it. Meaning, if you use your energy in a nice way, it can help you. If you use it in a bad way, it can destroy you. So the good part of that is this: we were made. We were made. We were made so important and valued. It's in the ancient text also. What is man that you are mindful of him? The Son of Man that you care for him. You made him for a little while lower than the angels, but you have crowned him with glory and honor, putting everything in subjection under his feet. It's found in Hebrews 2 6 to 8. Like, we were created like angels, lower than that. We just don't have the wings, but we have the capacity to create. The good thing there is we were made great. Are you still with me, guys? We were
Yes,
made
Doc.
great, but at the same time, we were given the choice. You know, we can do things in whatever way we want to do it. Nobody hinders you. I mean, the creator might have done something about it, but you have been given. You have been given the leeway as to what you can do, what you will do, and what you should do. The trivia thing of the body emitting energy is this: one whole body, okay, if dispensed into atoms, can create enough energy that will light the whole North America for 7 days. One body will be able to light the whole North America for 7 days. That's how much energy you have. And Bruce Lipton actually said also that every atom emits 1.4 millivolts of energy. And if you have 100 trillion atoms in 100 trillion cells, then probably your voltage actually is far, far bigger than lightning. So, in a way, I think we're superheroes, right? We were made to be that. Unfortunately, we forgot that we can have wings if we want to. Because let's go back to the mind, because we were brought up with authorities, with parents, with people who told us that this is just who you are. You cannot do that. You cannot do this. That's enough. You're dreaming. Sounds familiar, guys? Testingi daw lang. Just test it. Yan na, pag breakfast niyo si Ring. Nay, tay, magtatapuan ako tak board exam with medicine. Kita daw lahat the reaction. Just look at the reaction. They would, I don't know, maybe somebody will ask you like, ano ito yung nakaon na PIM? Ano itong AMATS? Okay? And I'll be telling you guys this. The worst critic in life are those person who sadly share the same surnames with you. Sadly. It's not because they want bad things to happen to you. It is just because they want to protect you from something like frustration, depression, disappointments. But you cannot achieve the best who you are without feeling frustrated, without feeling disappointed, without feeling hurt. Because if you haven't felt those, it just means one thing: you haven't grown yet. Because disappointment make you grow, frustrations make you feel that you lack something, and hurt is a good motivation to do much better. Okay? You have been given that potential. So let me share with you what do you call this one? A short poem by William Ernest Henley. It's called Invictus. Do you know what Invictus is, guys? Anybody? What is Invictus? Hey guys, remind me ha kung magsusobra na kita to oras, baka naman ako mga limot. What is Invictus?
Undefeated.
Undefeated, unconquerable, unsurpassed, or untrampled. Meaning you're always above. Okay. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Whatever you do with your life, you have all the potentials in you because you were made great by the Creator, and you can do all things through Him that have given you that possibility and infinite potentials. Why? Because you are a creation extraordinaire. You are pure energy and you have indefinite potentials in you. So how can we harness these potentials in us? Let's just go through it through steps that you will do for the day, and somehow let's see what happens with your life that way. Okay, wake up with a grateful heart. Always wake up with a grateful heart. No matter what happened for the previous day, no matter what is in store, if you think of it. But being thankful is always a good one. Like when you open your eyes, be thankful. You're so blessed. One of the blessed person that you're still opening your eyes. Because a lot of times and millions have never opened theirs that day. Be mindful of your creator. When you open your eyes, when you say thank you, when you feel grateful, always remember who made that possible. Because in him you glorify everything. And in everything that you do, in every way, what it is, develop yourself. Just imagine, guys, even in mundane tasks and in things that you do, simple as it may be, you always have the chance to develop yourself in a positive way. Okay? That's why what I'm telling everyone like this, even failures are not failures itself, they are lessons to be learned. And every time you don't learn something from your failure, it happens every now and then. Why? Because that's how life gives us the chance to restore what we lose at the moment that we failed. But we have to learn along the way. So develop yourself in every way. Even when you're just brushing your teeth, having your breakfast, just imagine when you're brushing your teeth, just imagine how grateful you are that you are able to do so, that still your deltoids are functional, your brachioradialis is still contracting and all. So now that you're in med school, then somehow you can do your surface anatomy while doing things. You get me? Like you can learn something out of it, out of even mundane tasks. It is just if you are mindful of things and be at peace with everyone. Stop quarreling. There's no point of you quarreling with each other or being, okay, against each other or anybody whatsoever. Again, we are made in the same way they are made. Atoms as we are, they are atoms themselves. And we connect. What we do to that person, what we do to that thing, what we do to that event always affects us because we are connected by energy and by what we have. Be excited about challenges. Don't fear, don't cower about challenges. When you think that you cannot do it, that's the time that you say, why not? When you think that you're limited with it, just ask yourself, why not? Why not give it a try? Why not try to do something about it? Why not just why not? Okay? Move and avoid inaction. Meaning, even if you're at rest, even if you're asleep, even if you're doing nothing, just please try to do something. Weird, right? Do ka na do nothing but try to do something? Okay. Your subconscious mind does not rest. That's why your heart pumps, your functioning, the body functions even when you are consciously at rest. But your subconscious mind does not. So before you go to rest, before you do inactive physical thing, give your subconscious mind something to think of, something to do, something to work on. Because that way you are moving and you're not inactive. Why? Because you have to rest. It is given. Though you have an infinite potential, though you have infinite energy in you, it's still the same as a battery full of volts and energy, right? Just imagine a cell phone that you get in the morning full charge, and in the evening, the battery goes down, but still functioning. Just so happens that the energy goes down and you have to recharge it so that it goes up again. Your body is a big battery. Your body is a big cell. That's why it's called cell phone, battery phone. You might be in med school. You might think that you don't need to rest. You are wrong. You need to. You need to. Why? Because a fully charged machine works better than a machine with low power. Okay? So rest with a hopeful mind, meaning when you take your sleep, which means we will get into this as to how many hours you have to sleep for the day and how to rest, the power naps that we do. I practice it. When you rest your mind, when you rest for what time it was or it is, just imagine that you'll be resting and so you meditate. Be hopeful of what you want to have. Be thankful. They say that being grateful of things that you have received is not being grateful, that is just formality. But when you say thank you for things that you still have not received or you still have to receive, that is what gratefulness means. Because being thankful for things that's not there yet, what? Um, it creates that gratitude spirit we're in. Oh well, it's in the ancient text too. The more you are thankful, the more you are blessed. Okay, so rest with a hopeful heart. Wake up with a grateful heart. Be mindful of your Creator always. Develop yourself in every way. Be at peace with everyone and everything. Be excited about challenges. Move and avoid inaction. And even when you're resting and even when you're asleep, give your subconscious mind something to work on. And what I'm saying is positive thinking. Because what positive thoughts you give your mind, that is what the results are. And always rest with a hopeful mind. Now that we know ourselves, I would like to share you this. No self, no God, no success. Again, no self, no God, no success. But Know thyself, know thy God, and you will know your success. Okay? Again, guys, thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Doc.
I hope to see you again next Wednesday.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Doc.
Doc.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Doc.
Doc.
Write down your thoughts on
Thank
your
you, Doc.
Thank you,
journals.
Doc.
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you po,
Thank you,
Doc.
Doc.
Thank you, Doc.
Write down your thoughts in your journal so that you can one day you'll be thankful for that notebook. One day. Okay? Thank you everyone. It's 8:09 already, so I have to leave. I have to end this. You have classes after this, right?
10 a.m. po, Doc.
10 a.m. pa?
Yes, Doc.
Okay. Can I have more time with you? Just 5 minutes for questions. For questions. Whatever question you have right now. I can handle at least two questions, I guess. Anyone? Hundred people inside. Questions? Okay. So here's a question. How are you? You're always asking us, but we never ask you. Okay, I'm okay. I'm doing good. Um, being busy with doing webinars, coaching, and I'm enjoying it. Well, I still go to the hospital sometimes, but it's more of a teleconsult and a tele management thing. And I'm doing. Oh, okay. Yeah, I am doing it. How did you avoid burnout? Okay. Burnout actually is a fatigue. It's just extreme fatigue where you feel like you don't want to move anymore. That's burnout. It means like you want just to give up and somehow just take a couple of hours away. The seventh step, rest with a hopeful mind. It helps in burnout. Okay, that's why you have to rest, guys. It's not because you're in med school, your life is abnormal, your rest must be sacrificed. No, some things might be sacrificed, but not sleep, not rest, not nourishment or nutrition, and not the spirituality. Okay, so make time, make time. You have to recharge every day. That is how you avoid burnout. How can you be consistent with doc in med school? Okay, you can be consistent in med school by doing simple things, but you do it every day. You don't have to do a lot of things for the day. Okay, basically, what is it that you are expected of to do? You are expected to read, that's for sure. That's why you're in med school. Why? Because only in reading you will understand something. Okay, you were expected to analyze and understand things. So basically, with this, if you want to be consistent in med school, you have to give more time to those things: reading, analyzing, and understanding. If you give up on one, I mean, it doesn't mean that you have to finish the whole book for the day. No. But if you can lift a page for a day, that's a good start. And if you do it every day, that is consistency. And that will help you a lot. Here is who's the author of that? The Tipping Point, Malcolm Maxwell. The Tipping Point. Malcolm Maxwell tells us this. that there's what you call a small action that is needed between success and failure. Small action that is needed between success and failure. Meaning, if you can imagine a weight with two balance on it, right? Like even if it is just on this one, it's like let's just put it nails on one balance and feather on this one. Okay, so if you place 1 kilogram of nails here and 1 kilogram of feather here, it's in balance, right? Here's the tipping point. Because they are both 1 kilo, no matter how it is, if it's a feather or not, or it's a nail or not. If you just place one feather on top of the 1 kilogram feather, it will tip the scale. That small weight will tip the scale. So, meaning you have to put in things so that it will have weight, because one day that consistency that you do every day will just tip the balance. You cannot see things at once. This is one thing, guys, that frustrates us. We read, we study, we we spend so much hours being a good student or being the best student, right? But we don't see results. Why? Because time has its way of doing that, and you don't control time. But don't falter. That's why it says, keep doing good, for in time you will reap your harvest. So even if you don't see results, even if you don't see appreciations, even if you don't see recognitions, just do your thing. Read, understand, analyze. Read, understand, analyze. Because one day you will reap your reward. How to overcome anxiety? Okay. I don't want you to overcome that feeling, but I want you to shift your mindset, not to be anxious, but to be excited. I'll be honest with you. When I was starting doing my public speaking, going on stage and being in front of an audience, at first, really, I was so anxious. So anxious that I would startle, I would freeze, or I would froze. Okay? But a mentor of mine told me this. You know what, Romel? What you're feeling actually is the same feeling that you have when you are excited about things. Why? Because your body cannot distinguish what is it and what is not. Okay? If you accept fear, here's the thought. Can you still imagine the mind? Guys, I need reaction so that I know that I'm still with you. Please.
Yes,
Okay.
Doc.
Can you still imagine the mind? The conscious, the subconscious, the body? Okay. And then afterwards is the result, right? If you accept worry, thoughts of worry, what the subconscious mind will feel is anxiety. And what the body would do is fear. Always just interchange it, anxiety or fear, and then your body will be anxious. Okay. If you accept thought of challenge, like you know that this something is not to be feared of, but this something is something that can develop you, what you will feel is expectations, excitement. And that's how your body will respond. Still the same, your body will pump, your heart will pump, you have the sympathetic response that you need, but different thoughts. So again, how to overcome anxiety? I don't want you to overcome anxiety. I just want you to change the root cause of it. Example, guys. Give me an example that you are anxious of. One thing now that you are anxious of.
Exams.
My monthly
Exams. Okay. It's true. It's true. Examinations can make you fear or can make you excited. You get me? Okay. You fear because you are not prepared. You are excited because you are prepared. I don't know if you have this experience with you, but I have this experience with me when I was still a student. You know what, guys? When you are so prepared with an exam, like you really know the ins and outs of before you get the test paper, like you're so excited that you know you can answer this, like you can ace it. You have the chance to perfect it. You have the chance to just, go through it smoothly. You can't even write your name. Excited can durong. Again, go at it at a different angle. You haven't prepared, you haven't done anything. Nakapot ka pala gyap, nangungurog ka na gyap, nagbablangko ka na, kaya di ka gyap nasabot kung mag-ano ka. Still the same thing. You get it? Okay. Don't overcome anxiety. Prepare for it. Because when you prepare for things, that anxiety shifts to excitement. You cannot, okay, may exam ako, anxious ako yan. No, I have to be excited. You cannot do that. Because I'll be honest with you, when examination comes, you'll still flunk. And that what makes anxiety worse. Are you with me? So when you feel something, like when you feel anxious, the only thing to do, prepare for that. Just like the storm that had happened, just the past storm, Rolly or Goni or what you call it. You can be fearful of the typhoon. You have no control over it. It's gonna be there even if you want it or not. Diba? Like an exam. Whether you want it or not, it's gonna be signal 5 or typhoon cut 4, whatever it is. But when you prepare, like you buy the needed groceries, you charge the lights, you turn on whatever it is. I mean, you cover the glass windows and all that everything. I mean, if you do those things, will you really be that afraid of the typhoon that's coming? No, you will feel secure. You will feel better. That anxiety somehow turns into excitement like, okay, if blackout comes in, I know I have this. I mean, if it destroys whatever it is, I know that we have this. I know that we can do this, right? So anxiety is overcome that way. With your exams, guys, you cannot do anything about it. It will come. But like typhoons, you know they're coming. All you have to do is prepare for it. You don't depend on other people. You prepare for it because you have to, not because they have to for you. At the end of the day, this is what I always tell my students. You study as if a life is depending on you. Because one day, one life will. And the sad part of that, it might be somebody you love. So if you haven't prepared that much, you'll be shortchanging that person you loved one day. Okay, what else? Have I answered your question? Guys, Stop thinking about the results. No? That's why I focused with my lecture on the subconscious, conscious mind, and the body. Why? Because the results are just output of what you put in. What you put in is what you get out. So if you're anxious, you would know how to feel anxious. You would know if you're anxious. If you're anxious, that's your body telling you you have to prepare for something. Actually, that's what you call intuition, the intellectual factor of our conscious mind. I know intuition, reason, will, imagination, memory, and all of that. Be sensitive to those because those are the ones telling you to do something about things. Okay. What else? How can you be consistent? It's all there already. Um, how do you tackle? Okay. How do you tackle medlife? You don't try to win medlife. You try to live with it. Okay. You're not here to win over medlife because medlife is who you are. You have to live with it. Make it your life. Meaning, when you wake up, you eat, you breathe med life. This is the path you've chosen already. You're there already. Always remember this, guys. A lot of people out there will trade places with you in a blink of an eye if they have the means to be where you are. So live the life of medical student. Live your med life. You don't overcome it. You don't win over it. You integrate med life with you. That is the shift that you have to know right now because you've been in college, you've been working, you've been a professional, and now you're back to being a student. You have to leave all your hats behind. Okay, to leave all your hats behind and don the hat of a medical student. And when you wake up in the morning, be grateful that you are, and you breathe in it your med life, like integrate med life with you. Okay. So no questions. Well, I do hope I was able to answer you guys, and I hope to see you again next week. Okay? I have to go kaya para magpakakarigo ka mo. So early, but I know there's a purpose for it. Okay, I'll tell you this. Why I chose 7 a.m.? It was because before I was in government service. Okay, I have to be in my office by 8 a.m. But I don't want to forgo teaching. I don't want to forgo being able to touch students' life in a way, whatever way it is. So I accepted the load when they gave it to me. But for one condition, I have to do it on my time. So I chose 7 a.m. And down the road, actually, I saw it was good. Why? Because medicine or being a doctor does not entail, guys, I have to wake up at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. No. Patient's call comes in anytime, any day. And if it is uncomfortable for you to wake up at 7 a.m., then it is uncomfortable for you to be a doctor someday. You should enjoy waking up early in the morning. You should enjoy waking up even when you're asleep because that's how doctors are made of. You get calls anytime, 1 a.m., 12:30, 11:30. You just close your eyes and you get a call because somebody needs you. And that's what doctors are. So I just continue doing this even if it's 7 a.m. So guys, with that I apologize, but there is a reason why you have to wake up early. Actually, on Wednesdays I wake up at 4 a.m. just so I can prepare something for you today. And I'm happy with it. I'm not complaining. Okay? So again, guys, thank you so much. I have to leave. It's 8:28 already. God bless you and everything you do. God bless. Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you,
Thank
Doc.
you,
Thank
Doc.
you,
Thank you,
Doc.
Doc.
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you. Thank you so
Doc.
much.